Parties to the conflict in South Sudan met for the first time in Juba on Tuesday to begin talks on the formation of a transitional government of national unity in accordance with the peace agreement signed in August. The chair of the meeting was quick to note that this time around of talks left no room for renegotiations.
The first meeting was chaired by Botswana's former president Festus Mogae, who heads the African Union's Joint Monetary and Evaluation Commission. He set out the agenda clearly to all parties.
This is not a forum for renegotiation. It is instead an opportunity to work practically, collaboratively, and quickly. We will encourage and accelerate progress on all fronts, facilitate dialogue and overcome difficulties in implementation. And I reiterate that we are all of us, duty-bound to take all necessary actions to ensure the agreement is fulfilled. And indeed,
as he opened the meeting, Mogae also had a message for the people of South Sudan.
To the people of South Sudan, in this season of hope, forgiveness and renewal, it is my sincere hope that this Christmas 2015 is the last that will be celebrated in the context of conflict. The greatest gift that could be presented to the people of South Sudan by its leaders is the gift of peace and the promise of reconciliation and healing.
The representatives of the Sudan People's Liberation Movement in opposition arrived in Juba on the 21st of December, led by Hassan Ramadan Lanki. Both parties have agreed to continue dialogue throughout the holiday so that the peace agreement moves forward without any further delays. Catherine Ogunde, CCTV.
Let's get more now on the ongoing peace talks, and I'm joined by South Sudan affairs analyst and security consultant Mwenda Mbijiwe. Mwenda, thank you. Now, the two sides in the South Sudan conflict have previously viewed by many in the international community as seemingly lukewarm in their commitment to finding a peaceful solution to that conflict in South Sudan. Do you see the commencement of the process to establish a transitional government as evidence of turning a new page, if you may call it that, in this regard?
Yeah. Thank you, Beatrice. Yes, indeed, this is a very monumental time in the history of the People's Republic of South Sudan. And it's our hope and prayer, all of us in the region, that they will indeed take this as a moment for them to recapture their image around the world, to show the world that indeed they can come together as a nation, put aside partisan interests, and together, keep an accord and honor the deal that this agreement sealed. And so we look forward to great improvements, even in terms of coalitional relations. And I'm one very hopeful regional, spectator of all this situation.
Well, the region is looking forward to some achievement on that front, though, but the chairman of the Joint Monitoring and Evaluation Commission has told both sides that there will be no room for renegotiating the deal now and that both sides need to focus on its implementation. Do you expect this to prove a stumbling block?
I don't think so, because I know from a personal perspective that indeed both sides, and especially the government side that I consult for, is committed to honoring this deal. So it's not about what the chairman said or thinks. It's about what the two sides, and especially the government side, want. Everything has an end, even wars have an end, and this has to come to an end. And so there's no one who wishes greater good for the people of South Sudan than the government that they duly elected that is in office. And I'm sure it's the deepest commitment of that government to indeed make sure that this deal is honored and successfully implemented.
Well, that conflict in South Sudan, is entering a third year now. Do you expect a speedy resolution, though, this time around? Do we have any clearer indication when we would have a transitional government in place?
It's likely that indeed in a couple of weeks and few months, we will begin to see the initial nucleus of the coalition government. Of course, the rebel side has had big problems deciding who they want to forward to the cabinet on their behalf, because initially they were one, then some guys just quit and say we're not supporting Riek Machar with that force. And so Riek Machar is here to bring his team, and I think he's having a problem deciding who among even his former supporters stand against him is going to bring. But government is ready, slots have been created, and within a short time this will be achieved, because again the agreement has a time frame of 3 years, and so it should be able to happen in the next couple of weeks, running into a few months.
All right, security consultant Mwenda Bijiwe joining us there. Thank you.